This is supposedly the best hotel in all of Barcelona.
And for the next 2 nights, I'm going to be staying here in one of their rooms that costs over $1,000 per night. The W is the most iconic hotel in this entire city, and I am so grateful to stay here while I explore Barcelona. This is without a doubt the best possible view that you can get of the entire city of Barcelona.
I mean, it just looks like this view is straight out of a drone.
Now this room can cost anywhere from 1,000 euro up to 2,000 euros per night, depending of the day of the week and time of year that you do come here to the city. But I did want to be 100% transparent with you guys and say that I did get a deal where I am paying for 1 night and the second night is free. So yeah, I do only have 2 nights here, so definitely gonna make the most of this. So with now arriving here in Barcelona, and like I said, I am going to be traveling between so many different countries and time zones that staying efficient and being on a good sleeping schedule is going to get quite difficult. But luckily, I got Natrol. For those of you who are travelers or do just want to improve your sleep, I do highly recommend trying out Natrol Sleep Plus Recovery since it's helped enhance my sleep significantly. Since now every time I get on a flight, my ritual is to take 1 capsule of Natrol, and before we even take off, I'm usually out cold asleep. It's amazing. I love using the Natrol Sleep Plus Recovery since it supports you through every phase of the sleep cycle for uninterrupted sleep. It's also non-GMO and 100% drug-free. They also offer a Sleep Plus Calm, Sleep Plus Recovery, and Sleep Plus Immune Health. So like I said, for any of you who are travelers, this is a must-have and should be in everyone's backpack since there's so many times that I've tried to fall asleep and am just wide awake. But now that I always have Natrol with me, that never happens anymore. Also, Natrol is sponsoring this video, so if you do want to check them out, you can click the link down below. So Natrol, thank you so much for sponsoring this video and help making this week in Barcelona possible. And luckily, my friend Matt, who lives here, let me borrow his skateboard, so I got some wheels to get around the city. And I did just make it here to the Gothic quarter in Barcelona, which is probably one of my favorite parts in the entire city. It's like the closest thing to Diagon Alley in Harry Potter that I've ever seen in real life. Yeah, that's me. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Marina.
So cool to see people in Barcelona who watch the videos. Now time for some cafe con leche. So just got some jamon y pan, got my cafe con leche. Now I'm heading back into Las Ramblas to meet with my friend Bogdan. Also, all these streets are cobblestone, so hopefully y'all can hear me. All right, so we just made it here for we got more jamon y queso, which is all I've been eating this entire trip. And I'm here with Bogdan.
A bikini.
This is a bikini is that like the staple of what they call it here?
Yeah, it's called a bikini. Just a ham and cheese hot sandwich. That stuff is bomb.
And Bogdan is also from New York City.
Why did you move here to Barcelona?
Because the quality of life is so incredible here. It's a lot slower compared to the city. We just had a baby, we had a son, and this is a lot more family friendly. You have a lot of nature here, a lot of family oriented activities here, and it's just so much cheaper than New York.
Right, like Bogdan has his own agency, so making US dollars living here is the way to go.
I feel like a king. I mean, living here with a US salary, even if it's like the lower end of what we get in New York, it's like making $4 million in New York, living here with like less than 100K.
Now, one of my favorite things about traveling in Barcelona and most cities throughout Europe is that all of these cities were created thousands of years ago, where from New York, where I'm from, it was only hundreds of years ago. So to be in a place like Barcelona, there is just so much history and some of the coolest architecture. And right now, we are about to go explore some of Antonio Gaudi's architecture. He's definitely the most famous out of Barcelona. Say what's up.
What's up, man? Can you put us in your vlog, maybe? Like,
Say what's up.
oh, okay. What's up, New York? What's up, New York? What's up?
Where are you guys from?
From Germany. From Frankfurt, Germany.
Nice to meet you guys. Take care.
And this right here is the Sagrada Familia. And the Sagrada Familia is by far the most iconic building in all of Barcelona. And what's super interesting about it is that it's been being constructed for over 100 years. So Gaudí, the architect, actually was killed by a tram on his way as he was walking here to the construction site. And now supposedly it's going to be done by the year 2026, an exact 100 years from when he died.
You can wait in line and go pay over there to go inside. I have done it.
It is really cool, but we don't have enough time to cover that today, since now we're gonna be heading to one of the coolest parks you'll ever see. It's like being in a real life fairy tale. Vamos al Parque Güell?
Oh, okay.
Muchas gracias. Buenos dias from Parque Güell. So this is Parque Güell. If you come here to Barcelona, this is definitely the top thing that you need to come see. This is a park unlike anywhere else in the world. Since when Gaudí was building this, he was originally creating it to be part of this luxury complex where if you lived here, you had this cool neighborhood to live in. But then him and Guell, who was the investor in the project, they decided this would be better off to have for the public and just be a park. And now, if you pay 12 euro, you can come here and explore it for yourself. This is actually where Gaudí spent his last 20 years of life. Kind of looks like it's straight out of Candyland. I wonder what the rent on this place is now. Coming here to Parque Güell really does feel like you're in a fairy tale. The only thing is, there's a lot of people in this fairy tale.
Highly recommend coming here early in the morning. Right now it is 3 p.m. and this place is packed.
This is the naked beach? All right, I'm gonna have to come back here. Yeah, there's a lot of naked people, wow. There's a naked beach here too in Barcelona. So getting around here in Barcelona actually has been rather difficult. Ubers and Cabify, which is their version of Uber, you sometimes have to wait up to 20 minutes to get around. So I do highly recommend getting around by the metro, or even
I got a bike named Omer. Omer, how long have you been doing this?
4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
Not a bad life, right?
Oh, it's very good. I'm always with happy people.
Always with happy, I love that.
This is definitely by far my favorite way to get around the city so far. All right, Omer, we can crank that reggaeton now. A lot of these streets here in Barcelona are so small that a taxi can't fit through, but with this bike, we can pretty much fit in anywhere. So hopefully we don't hit anybody. Oh. Now next up on today's agenda, we are here at Mercado Bocaria. And this place is one of the coolest markets I've ever been to. And wow, look at this candy right here. I'm in heaven. Okay. Thank you. So besides having candy, they also have juices, other types of meats, pretty much anything you could think of, this market has you covered. It's my first time ever exploring this, so excited to see what else they got to offer. Gracias. That market was one of the best that I've ever been to from around the world. All of the food was delicious and also so incredibly affordable. I think I spent around 12 euro and I am so full. And now we're gonna even get some more food and get some churros. This is the most recommended churro spot to go to. Excited to try this out. So for the past hour, I've spent it at the pool at the hotel, and it is so beautiful with incredible views of the sea. But something that I didn't take into a matter of fact is that the W, as you can see, is kind of like a half moon. And during certain hours, it eclipses the sun. So there's a lot of parts of the hotel where you're not actually in the sun because the hotel is blocking it. But luckily I was able to find a good spot, enjoy the pool, have a nice smoothie, and now came down here to the beach to jump in the sea. And for those of you wondering, no, I did not come down to the nude beach. Everyone's at least 50% clothed here.
It is a lot colder than I was expecting. I love Barcelona. So as you guys saw at the market, food here can be very affordable. And even now for dinner, I'm gonna be heading to a relatively nice restaurant. So I'm excited to see how good the food is, in addition to how much money it costs. This place looks pretty cool too. At a spot called Guell. Not sure what kind of food it is, but heard it was good. All right, so I think I found the coolest spot in Barcelona. A spot called Guell. The inside is awesome, the outside is even cooler. The food was delicious and it wasn't too expensive. For a fairly bougie restaurant, it wasn't too pricey. Still able to get a 13 euro pasta, about a 22 euro bottle of wine, and a bunch of other appetizers, all for a reasonable price. So I would say Barcelona, the food, the price, everything about it is amazing.
So staying at the W Hotel in Barcelona was great. But is it worth over $1,000 per night? That's tough. You do get the best possible views of the city from your bed, and you're in a perfect location right on the beach and in a safe part of town. Since Barcelona, not that I felt unsafe for my well-being, but this city is notorious for getting pickpocketed, so I encourage you not to get reckless shots with your camera like I did. If I were staying longer in the city, I would have gotten a more affordable room in the W for half the price, since I do honestly think the value for staying in this luxury hotel was worth it. And since I knew I wasn't going to be spending as much on food, I decided to compensate for a nice stay. That is going to be it for today's video, but we will see you next week from Europe.